I'm surprised that actually worked last time too.
It worked really well actually.
I'm wondering if the sound quality is actually better because we're, recording in isolation. Relative isolation.
I think you're trying to come up with good reasons to record in isolation.
No, in fairness, not being able to see the silly look on your face reacting to the dumb things that I say is a little bit of a detriment. But we're gonna get through it.
Well, I think we'll make it through this. By the way, y'all, you're listening to Rap Sucks Radio. We have taken the via satellite thing to the next level. I am actually recording from Hawaii right now.
Humble brag.
Actually, not so much humble. I'm over here big chilling. Matter of fact, hold on. Just for the people.
Oh, nice.
That actually peaked the microphone pretty high. And all right, had to drink that brew.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That's how much I'm chilling.
You took your Eric Swalwell. All right, good.
Show is this is gonna be a real chill out show.
No doubt.
Yeah. Opening question.
Oh
yeah, man. I don't even know
even your local style opening question.
So for those who don't know, Kev's family is actually from Kauai, correct?
My dad is from Kauai. My mom is from the Big Island.
All right. And will we be able to post the pictures of you doing hula at 5 or 6 years old, or is that something that we can't post on?
I would gladly Photoshop mock them up for you, but I actually don't think those exist. There are some super gangster pictures of me in Aloha shirts, though.
Fair enough. Aloha pictures soon come. Yeah. We'll be back with the other side. Rap Sucks Radio.
Yo, what up? This is DJ Remark of Snapback LBC, and you are listening to Rap Sucks Radio.
Yo, what it is, good people? You are back on Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Track Life and your fam, Kev Sakota.
Word up. I actually have a question for you.
Sure.
And it's not a gotcha question. I'm not trying to, do to you what you do to me on a weekly basis.
Well,
when you choose the opening number,
yes.
Is there a method to the madness?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. Because the last episode, I was like, was that the last episode? There was the Hudson Mohawk track.
Yep.
Did Hudson Mohawk timed out for you before anyone else used it?
Before.
Okay. Yeah.
We could say that, by the way, before it was stolen for a Jay-Z track by somebody that we know personally. Yes, absolutely.
Sounded kind of dope.
Yeah, I actually there's no method to it. I kind of just skim through the beats or whatever and see, and I try to stick to stuff that I know we can use. But yeah, what I thought was fresh.
And I can't. All I know is that it sounded fresh, and I can't remember if you were talking or if I was talking. It sounded fresh. If I was talking and it sounded fresh, when I actually drop my rap album, I want you to produce it.
Okay, that's fine. You want me to just use somebody else's beats for it? Okay, I think that is production now, though. Isn't that how producers
just to make me sound on beat?
Fair enough. Yeah.
All right.
Stolen beats all around. Yo, man, this is gonna be pretty interesting because you actually came up with this topic, but we have to find out who this week is out here tripping. So I've managed to avoid talking about Kim Kardashian West for 2 episodes now. Much
because I'll crush you if you do so.
Yeah, I don't know why.
By the way, I came up with a topic. I did not say she was out here tripping.
I did. I absolutely said she was out here tripping. That was me. So if anybody wants to know who said Kim Kardashian was out here tripping, it's me, Kim Kardashian West. So why is she out here tripping, y'all? Well, on Tuesday, June 25th, a line of solution wear, quote unquote,
that's right,
itself created a more typical shapewear. I'm reading from the source New York Times, by the way, which used to be called girdles, and before that, corsets. So solution wear is now what? Shapewear, and it used to be girdles and corsets. But that's really not why she's tripping. She's decided to name her line of solution wear kimono. I repeat, kimono. Now, this shows me how nice and kind the Asian community is, because the black community, had that been us, we would have flipped out. It would have been a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we going hard at light skin folks.
If I come out with my own personal line of Asian do-rags, you're not as a people, as a collective people, the response would not be as generous.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this: if you use a logo of Kareem fighting Bruce Lee, I think we'd be cool with it.
Yeah, but because you'd have to be. Come on.
Yo, that's actually one of the illest things I've ever seen. But look, I'm trying to diss Kim. Don't throw me off track here. We're trying to diss Kim. You know what I'm saying?
All right, stay focused. Stay focused.
So let me just read her quote, because I don't understand how these two things match. She said, I understand and have deep respect for the significance of kimono in Japanese culture. Of the kimono in Japanese culture. But she also says she has no plans to respond to the reaction by changing the name. How do those two things match? If you understand and have respect
about as well as me and the word shapewear or solution wear.
I do have a line, a solution. A solution would be to not name it kimono. That would be the solution wear. Like, that would fix that's the solution to all the problems. You know what I'm saying?
Nicely done.
I just don't understand, man. Like, a lot of this, it just seems so easy. The whole cultural appropriation conversation, which we could get into in total in another episode, I just think it's way too easy to not do it. It just seems too easy to not do it. It seems, being here in Hawaii right now. Well, real quick, it just brings up the Bruno Mars thing. Like, Bruno Mars himself said, yo, I'm doing black music. And then it turns around and someone questions not him doing black music, but the success. So really, that whole question of Bruno Mars way back was really a question of the fans. Not necessarily saying he shouldn't do it, but why do you guys buy into it more when someone non-black does the same type of music a black person does, or vice versa? Why are we buying into kimono more? I'm not sure if we are, because I ain't rocking no shapewear, and I don't think anybody, I don't know, man. Let me not say anything about my household, because I'm not sure. Kim Kardashian wear might end up in the cribs at some point, but
you're walking a very thin line right now.
Not so much for the girdle part. Okay, let me not do that. Matter of fact, listen, I was trying to figure out how I could say that without saying.
Run that back.
rewind. That's not what I mean. Maybe like a T-shirt of some sort. But anyway, that almost went so bad.
that could have gone very south.
Yeah. With all that being said, I think it's just easy to not do it. It seems easy to just give credit where credit's due. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also, okay. Everyone, all the longtime listeners of our little program here know that I am a staunch and avid supporter of Kim K.
It's so ridiculous.
So there's a very wide berth for patience. But seriously, the only reason she did it is because the word Kim is in the word kimono.
Okay.
Which is the most terrible way to brand your product.
It is the worst, right?
It's just because, by the way, you are Kim Kardashian. Everyone is going to know that is your product.
Exactly.
Whether you call it kimono or whether you call it, things for normal sized people. which would actually be a super dope name. It's just a lot longer.
Right.
This I will say though. I, as not just an Asian person, but as a Japanese American person, do not necessarily know and could not delineate in great detail the significance of the kimono in Japanese culture. But the one thing I do know is that the kimono does not look like the stuff that she's selling.
True. Very true.
So right away, there's a little bit of disparity there. So again, I don't know what she's talking about. The other thing is that, yes, whenever you invoke, a word that is part of somebody else's culture or, part of somebody else's language, just ask Beto O'Rourke. It can make somebody sort of, you pretty much, you have to be ready to make somebody sort of like, clinch up a little bit.
Sure.
So, because, and I don't know if you have had this experience, but I've been in meetings with tech bros and stuff like that where, there's a term, a phrase, open the kimono.
I've never heard that before.
Which tends to refer to, like full transparency, like show us your
okay.
profits and, show us your numbers and all that stuff, right?
Not bad.
So I've heard that and I've been like, come on, man. Like there are so many different ways to express that sentiment. So I just kind of grit my teeth and it's like, okay, so that's the thing is until Japanese American women can walk into a board meeting, it should be at a board meeting and then be in that board meeting and look at all the other people in the room who are probably white men and just say, listen, fellas, let's unzip the khakis.
Right. But you know what, dude? When you're in a position of power, though, or at least assumed power, you laugh at that, right? Like you think that's entertaining and funny. Like, but if you're not,
it's like always get over it. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Be cool.
It's not that big of a deal.
Be cool. Right.
But yeah,
my other takeaway from the article was, and I will read, I think verbatim. The exception to those posting their objections was Chrissy Teigen, who I think she's part Asian somehow. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
that might be racist. If she's not, I'm being racist. Who tweeted, "Oh my God, I don't have to cut one side of my Spanx anymore," which I don't understand, but good for her. Ms. Kardashian West promised to send her the biggest package ever. Quote unquote, quote, open quote, the biggest package ever, close quote.
Okay.
Which I can only assume that has to have frustrated John Legend. That's all I have to say about it. That's my last thought on it.
Oh boy. I have so many. It's interesting without Suge on the show because there would probably be a very inappropriate response to that.
Oh yeah, there'd be a lot of dick jokes.
Yeah, quite a few.
So just insert them. Yeah.
Insert dick joke. That's all right.
If you listen, man, if you name yourself Legend, you're opening the kimono to that type of humor.
I'm going back to the beach. I have left the show. That is enough for me. I'm out. So all right, man.
All right.
I think that's pretty. Yeah, my thing is just I think I've said my piece. So it's just too easy to not do it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think Rap Sucks Radio has brought you comprehensive coverage of that particular piece of subject matter.
It is a rap.
So this is through the magic of technology. The good people at home are not going to realize that we have had a hard edit for various familial reasons.
Yeah, it's
transitioning from our in-depth deep dive into Kim K's business decisions into the next topic.
I think
we hope that hasn't thrown anybody off from their intense listening of our nonsense.
With the amount of curveballs I've been throwing on this show, the editing curveball for this show will be the largest. But with all that being said,
okay. I'm gonna take that as a shot directly at me.
Not
Which
at
you know
all.
what?
Not at all. Not at all. Not a shot.
I'm good. I'm good with that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. I'm ready. This is it.
And this is actually so the next segment is actually, I think, part of the curveball that we speak of. I kind of felt like we should talk about the first Democratic debates. Debates. I don't know if it's debate part 1, part 2, or whatever, because it's sort of fresh in our mind. The first Democratic Party debates of the 2020 campaign, aka the Bumble in the jungle, aka the Thrilla with too much vanilla.
The Thrilla. Wow. I mean, that is every
Thank you.
debate.
I'm getting them off early.
You win. What's today's date, man? Today's the 20. Hold on, let me see real quick. Let me make sure I got this right. Today is June 29th, 2019. Kev Sakota has officially won
29th.
this day.
Kev Sakota has officially done more preparation in the last 30 seconds than he has done in the entirety of the lifespan of this podcast.
The Thrilla with too much vanilla. All right, so look. So I'm gonna throw. What we're gonna do, man, is I'm gonna go ahead and throw these candidate names at you. And
this is not going to be your typical debate conversation because you could probably had that on your own and gotten that from a number of different sources.
Go have fun with that. We're about to do something different.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go with the candidates from night 1. I'll say the name, you give me a response. Ready?
Okay. All right, let's go.
Cool. Bill de Blasio.
Yes, my old mayor. Bruh. As a short person, I am a short person. You can either be tall or you can be a dick. But trying to do both is you're playing with fire, my man. All right, what's next? Who's next?
Tim Ryan.
Tim Ryan. I like you, Tim Ryan, but you look like you got into a fight before the fight actually even started. So
He had already been punched. All right, cool. Julian Castro.
He did. Julian Castro.
I'm sorry.
My brother. You can't take. Yeah, I wasn't correcting your pronunciation, man.
That's fine.
You say it however you want.
Por la gente.
Julian Castro. Can't take anything away from you. You played a great game, and kudos for being the night 1 dude. Who cursed on national television. All right, who's next?
Cory Booker.
My man. Jersey strong. This is all I'll have to say because I don't know whether you're going to be president or not, and I'm thinking it might not happen for you this time around, but for the love of God, just please make sure you don't embarrass Rosario before this whole thing is over.
Jesus. All right, Elizabeth Warren.
This is my girl, Elizabeth Warren. You followed the people from a distance can't tell who's who axiom to a T, and props for that. Elizabeth Warren, you are the person in the corner of every single World Star video who stays working on their laptop with their headphones on for the entirety of the fight, and for that. You deserve some points.
All right. Beto O'Rourke.
Oh, okay. So Beto, you probably remember he had this great campaign trying to win the Senate seat from Ted Cruz.
Yes.
And he was super compelling, very charismatic, but just a few months later, he looks like you look like the guy who shows up unrecognizable at the 5-year reunion after spending a gap year studying yoga abroad. So all I have to say is you pop some Adderall, get your ass up on that podium, and do what we expect from you. Come on, dude.
Fair enough. Wow, I'm gonna butcher Amy's name. Amy Klobuchar.
Yes. Yes. So we've heard rumors about Amy's, her, she's very on TV and whenever she's on the mic, she's very measured and calm. But then we heard stories about her just going bananas on her staff. So all I want is for her to get far enough in the campaign so we can see her completely lose her shit on someone. Anyone. I don't care. One of the other candidates, a reporter, I don't care. I just want to see her melt the fuck down.
All right. Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard. If you're a fan of conversion therapy or brutal dictators, and you can Google all that, she is likely your candidate. So thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Whoa.
And mahalo and
Jesus.
aloha.
Jay Inslee.
Jay Inslee. And it's very likely that no one knows what this dude looks like. So Google image. This is a lovely characteristic of the podcast format is that we can't put a picture of him up. So go Google image Jay Inslee and just all I think is, are you a cop?
Wow.
You legally you have to tell me if you're a cop. That's not true, I think, right? But
Jay Inslee does have that cop face. John Delaney.
He does. John Delaney. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not seeing you on the guest list.
Yes.
Perfect. That's it.
That is
right.
Okay. That is night one.
Yes.
You know what? I'm a fan of this so far. I want to get into night two.
All right.
I do want to throw something in there.
All right.
Night one debates were like
yeah,
like the underground hip hop show where 7 people are there. You know what I'm saying? And it's
right.
like all opening acts.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like the quadruple A of
Yeah, exactly.
Democratic campaigns. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It looked like a an MLS soccer game, like we're not in LA.
Wow.
All right. Night 2. Marianne Williamson.
Yes. You, and I say this with love, Marianne. You are Sarah Palin's Mixoplex. That's a compliment. That is a compliment. So, but now go home. Go home.
He said, "Bye. Hit the road, Jack." Right.
Goodbye. You do not get the rose.
John Hickenlooper.
The sequel to Jack Reach Around Her.
Oh,
that's all. I don't know anything about him. That's all I could. Come on. All right. Let's move on.
A candidate that a lot of my friends felt like got the shaft as far as speaking time. Andrew Yang.
Yes, he did, and I'm gonna take liberties and spend a little more time on the Asian person. First of all, congratulations, you are night 2's potty mouth of the evening. Good job.
Yes,
very
good job.
Well done. But you couldn't answer a question specifically about your only policy position of note. When asked how you'd pull off universal basic income, he couldn't answer. He said, "Excuse me?" Which, if you watch the debate, it's literally like he knew the question was coming and then looked to take a beat. And so he looked kind of silly doing it. I mean, he should have just said, "Cash App, bitches." And just knocked the podium over and walked off the stage. And the only other thing I have to say about Andrew Yang is, get a tie, you damn hippie.
Right. Yeah.
This isn't some TED talk. Get out of here. Come on.
Okay. All right. But I feel like my man, like, he just reminded me of the club promoter. That's like, yo, we should get a Tribe Called Question here. It's like, oh, cool. Do we have a budget for that? Nah, I thought Taquan would just call them for me or whatever. But anyway.
No. Right. By the way, if Andrew Yang hits me, and I see $1,000 in my Cash App,
Yeah.
I'm voting for him.
All day.
And you can
all day.
You can disregard everything else that I said.
Sure. In general, just period. Anything that's been said from episodes 1 through 15 from Kev, disregard. All right. Pete. Okay, come on, man.
You can do it. You can do it. Do it. I'm gonna let you do it too. I'm not even gonna help you.
Yeah. Did I get it?
I think I think you missed it by that much.
All right. Help me out.
Pete Buttigieg. I think.
Buttigieg.
I also assume that's. Yeah, exactly. Come on, Reg. Buttigieg. I also think that's probably not the correct official pronunciation, but let's go with that.
But yeah, this shows you how much I paid attention to my man during the debates. But hit him. What's up, Kev?
but I like dude, and he's to me he's the closest thing to an actual pimp that we have in the field. Because he's cool. He's cool as a fan. My man, like, you can throw just about anything at him, and he will answer you eloquently. It might not make a lot of sense, but his mouth will emit a series of words that sound smooth than a mug.
Fair,
but
fair point.
The thing about Pete is that he just, he came off of, dealing with a police shooting in the city that he's mayor of, South Bend, right. Indiana. Right. So, I think he's going to be okay. And I don't think he did anything wrong. Good job playing hurt. And he got questioned about the police shooting. He was like the gracious, losing coach with the really solid post-game press conference. He's still young. We'll see more from him.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. My man.
Yeah, we got to move into the big dog.
The homie, the big homie, man, or not. Young Joe Biden.
Not so young Joe Biden.
Let's go.
All right, and we wanted to address another issue related to.
I'm trying to hear your statement on him first before we.
Oh no, I'm gonna hit you with it, but I think what I want to do is go into just very very quickly touch on because of who we are and who the topics that we generally gravitate toward.
Okay. Got it.
The nonsense that, and I'm not saying nonsense that it was nonsense for it to be controversial, but what he said at a private event.
My man, Young Joey Hands, has made our But Nah section this week. So Young Joey Hands, age 76. I have to say that. I wanted to say young and 76, and it's a very young 76 actually. Has faced heavy criticism from his fellow candidates, but I think particularly Booker, over comments he made at a fundraiser on Tuesday. This was actually mid-June. His past history and about his past history in the Senate during an event. Biden recalled working with Inslee and Talmadge, both staunch segregationists who vehemently opposed efforts to integrate the U.S.
Right.
The New York Post reports. So his response to these was I chose this quote. He had a bunch of terrible responses to this, basically. But I'm going to skip ahead. He also made this on this statement on Juneteenth. He says about working with them. Well, guess what? At least there's some civility. Biden continued. We got things done. We didn't agree much on anything. We got things done. We got it finished. But today, you look at the other side and you're the enemy, not the opposition, the enemy. We don't talk to each other anymore. All right. Is that enough for you, Kev?
No. I mean, first of all, he said, wait, what's Juneteenth? And then shortly. So this is the thing. Listen. And I'm speaking to every single last man, woman, and child out there who may be listening. If you are walking down the street and you step in dog shit, that's what happened. And all you can do is try to clean your shoe off. And if somebody walks by and sees you, it's the first thing you do? You look at them and say, "That's fucking stepping dog shit."
Yes.
So stop trying to fight it. And you don't need to. I don't think anyone needs like some sort of like unnatural or disingenuous apology. But it's like you were trying to make a point, and in trying to make that point, you said a lot of dumb shit that did not help you advance that point. And because the thing is, I think what he was saying is like, I've been in politics with people who could not be further from my personal point of view. And I think it's important to find a way to work with those people. That's not what he said.
That's what he wanted to say. But this goes back to former New York prosecutor Linda Fairstein, though. Fairstein. There's a time when you just take the L. Just take the L. It's not hard.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, I think they should listen to the show and have you be their PR person, because you've given two great statements on their behalf that they probably should have said. But at the end of the day, man, like, just take the L, dude.
Yeah,
it's fine. We know what politics is, and what I do remember feeling about Hillary Clinton when she wet the bed last election was, she has a whole lot of history in politics, which gives you a whole lot of room for error. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden's in the exact same position. The last two presidents haven't had long histories in politics, so there aren't a lot of mistakes, or aren't a lot of what many would call now mistakes. Not a lot of changes that they've been through.
Right.
So some of those changes you just have to fess up to. I don't think Hillary Clinton did a great job of fessing up to the crime bill. And I don't think that Joe Biden is doing a great job of fessing up to having to cross the line so deeply at times. I understand that you may have to. I'm not a child anymore, Joe. You know what I'm saying? I get it. The hands thing is a little off for me, but I still get it, man. You're an all right dude. Right. Just take the L. Just take the L. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't push back like this,
Exactly. Personally, Hillary, for me, one of the other things she said the basket of deplorables thing.
Yes.
Why apologize? Come on. You said it because you thought it.
Right.
So, I would have come back and been like, what? If you don't want to be in there, get your ass out the basket.
Right. But and it's one of those things where they're just not towing the line correctly, and I think that they believe that they're speaking to one specific audience, and that audience still has power.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get a lot of the voting public to understand when I have these conversations is, you're not really the voters in power. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. You're not the voice anymore. So I don't know. But Joey Hands, man, you in the but nah portion of the show. I feel you on this one, Joe. But nah.
Nah. And dovetailing off of that, to get back into our lightning round, one of his responses what to Cory Booker was, Cory knows me, or something to that effect, and I don't have a racist bone in my body. Which my response was, after seeing the debate the other night, is like, you may not have a racist bone in your body, but you definitely had a black woman's foot in your entire ass the entire night.
Oh my God, yo. It's dead true though.
And Kamala
was on, homie. Kamala was on, homie, boy.
She did not. She walked out on stage and took her earrings off. I don't know if anyone noticed that.
All right, look. Mm-hmm. Hold on, let's jump into the lightning round, because she's a couple of people.
Let's get back into it. All right. Who we got?
Let's get back into my man's. You know what I'm saying? Your friend, my friend, everybody's friend. Bernie Sanders. What's up?
Uncle Bernie, yes. The other uncle. Okay, this is all I will have to say to you, Mr. Sanders. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Bernie, you are too soft-spoken.
That is true.
That's all I get. That's all I
Or
got. Or not.
Fair enough. Kamala Harris.
Yeah. She killed it. And then I don't know if you saw the T-shirts.
Nah, I didn't see it.
There was her entire team deserves all the props in the world. They prepared her. They gave her the line about the food fight, which she dropped. Like literally, you could not find a better. It's like if you're in a crowded restaurant and it's noisy and then you decide to tell your significant other that you just found out you have a social disease, and that's the point where everybody becomes quiet. So everyone now knows that happened. That's the point at which she dropped the, no one wants to see a food fight. They want to hear how we're going to put food on the table. She killed it. She had all these prepared lines. Yeah. She had the prepared statement about busing, which was very emotional. But then there was also a picture of her as a child that age, who was getting bused to a school, in Berkeley, I think.
Yeah.
So she got a little bit of flack for the T-shirts and stuff. And it just kind of struck me as like if a team printed their NBA championship T-shirts at the start of the season.
Yeah, like it's
game
like, 2.
You got a lot to live up to. All right, cool. Who's next?
Fair enough. Yeah, black folks still ain't voting for you, Kamala. Sorry. Kirsten Gillibrand.
Yes. She struggled super hard to make herself heard. She was interrupting, seemed like she was interrupting a lot, which she kind of seemed like she was Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense. but I don't think that even cute little kids don't even like you. So I don't think you're gonna.
Wow. Yeah. Kirsten, I think you out of here like last year. Michael Bennett.
Yeah, he's the John Delaney part 2. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not seeing you on the guest list. No, I'm not seeing John Delaney with a +1 either. Step aside. If you need to make a call, step aside.
Yes, I'm sorry. We have these two hot chicks walking by you now. I'd like you to move out of the way. Eric Swalwell.
I literally have nothing for it. I like Eric Swalwell, but he came with writtens to a freestyle battle. You know what, man? That's actually a very good point about him. Yeah. All right. You know, we got to move on from this topic, though. Although I do. If you're out there and you can actually applaud at your desk, you need to applaud because that was actually fresh on Kev's part. That was dope, man. Good looking out for that. Yay! You know okay, I'm gonna go take a nap now.
I will be doing the rest of the show. So moving on to the next topic, real quick though. It's still on the idea of like where the United States is. Kev, where do you think we are as far as economies go, the most competitive economy goes in the world? Where would you say you think we are? If I asked you that question yesterday.
We're definitely number 1.
We're number 3. The United States no longer has the most competitive economy in the world, according to annual rankings compiled by the Switzerland-based business school IMD, reports Fox Business.
So we're number 2?
For the first time in 9 years, we're number 3. For the first time in 9 years, Singapore replaced the U.S. as the world's most competitive economy. The U.S. dropped down to 3rd on the list thanks to higher fuel prices, weaker high-tech exports. Dang, Apple. You were supposed to get us. Yo. Fluctuation in the value of the dollar and the fading impact of President Trump's massive tax overhaul. Hong Kong, meanwhile, remained in 2nd place. China was ranked 14th.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about all I can really say about that.
Okay.
No, you know what, man? You always hear about, top 3 is not too bad. And this is really more of a think tank or a thought type thing from the business school. But it is kind of interesting when you consider that there's such a large disparity between the wealthy and the not wealthy here in this country. It makes a lot of sense when everybody ain't got it, that we would drop down to number 3 as far as competitive economies go.
Yeah, I mean
I don't know.
Yeah. We're trying to hold on to the bronze, and the athlete who's trying to keep us in contention for the bronze is your boy Donald Trump.
Wow, athlete and his name in the same sentence. I want to throw
there's
this
one
topic
other
out
thing
there.
I wanted. There's only one other thing I wanted to say. So Singapore is number 2.
Singapore is number 1. Hong Kong is number 2.
Oh.
Yeah, Singapore replaced the U.S. as the world's most competitive economy. Hong Kong remained at number 2. The U.S. dropped to number 3.
Do you know which movie was based in Singapore?
I do not.
Crazy Rich Asians. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what, man? I'm okay with that.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? Good job.
Good job. Fantastic. USA.
No one in my family has seen that movie.
No one.
No one at all. Kev.
Okay.
A study conducted by the researchers at Azusa Pacific University, a Christian university, by the way, and UC Merced found that 23 to 33% of women surveyed had engaged in what is called a foodie call. A foodie call is going out on a date for free food.
I just got that. It rhymes with foodie call.
Yeah, and my pronunciation of Pete's name, by the way.
Oh God.
So I do want to note that Azusa Pacific is a Christian university. So 23 to 33% of women surveyed at that university would be an interesting angle here. This is reported by Black America Web.
Your source for news.
Man. Your source for news, hard-hitting news. You know, that's where I go.
Right.
With all that being said, though, I mentioned this to my wife, and she said, "Oh, did you guys not know that?"
I didn't know. Respectfully, I did not know how to take that citation. What was Randy? What was Randy entirely saying there?
I guess that that's what happened. So a scenario brought up was,
but she never did that to you.
Well, I mean, I'm still here, so this would be the longest.
That's not the question.
Call of all time. Matter of fact, when she met me, I was a struggling rapper, so I actually probably did that to her.
You won
more than she did that to me. I did. I won.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah, I'm saying it was one of the notes of the show. Being broke saved me a lot of money. I never ended up in this situation. I was too broke.
Oh man!
I'm like, ladies could come by the house for sandwiches, but that's really about it. Yeah, I think that's a real funny one. I don't know. A scenario that was brought up was for the fellas out there is some dudes will beg consistently for a date, like, yo, let's go out. And the foodie call date is more like a pity date. Like, stop begging for the date or else you're going to get used for food. That's basically the argument.
Yeah. That is the human dynamic. That really is. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You know, and this is also what happens when you saddle people with unbearable student debt, evidently.
Right. That is true.
But on behalf of the men, what I will say is that if you have, you know, those kind of stacks of Tubmans, I said it, in your pocket.
Get him, Kev.
Tubmans.
Get him, Kev. Wait a minute.
Why are you doing your hunting at Azusa Pacific and Merced? UC Merced.
For real? I'm like, wait. No, though. Not there.
Yeah. I mean,
not at all.
I mean, not for nothing.
I mean,
What is Azusa Pacific's mascot?
I have no. You know, my sister got her doctorate from there. Doctorate, which means whatever.
I thought she went to Occidental.
She went to Occidental for her undergrad. Got her master's from Clark and her doctorate from Azusa Pacific.
Oh my God, she's gonna whoop my ass. Oh God.
No, she's not, because she would probably say the exact same thing we say. Like, what? Why there? Of all places. But what I find really funny is, okay, I was young once. It did happen.
It did. I was there.
If this was conducted at San Diego State, I would be like, oh yeah, they know. They absolutely know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not at UC Merced. I don't think you guys know. I'm just saying. I was young once. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly, I knew, obviously I knew Azusa Pacific, but I did not even know there was a UC in the general area of Merced. So that's a win for me. I've gained new information.
Same exact thing my wife said. We actually are running up on time, which sucks, because I actually wanted to go longer on this last topic. But the NBA, as of the time we're recording this, and by the time it has aired, will be going into free agency. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of sick of I don't know, man. It gets a little corny for me, so I'd rather talk about something even doper. What the NBA has done is, I think the NBA is the most progressive sports league in America. I think the NBA does try to solve some of the kind of racial inequality problems, racial and social inequality problems.
No more owners.
Well, that's the dumbest thing they've ever done. Yes, but that's fine. That's one of the stupid things they do. You miss every once in a while, right? You swing and you miss. But shout out to them, man. Former WNBA player and Olympic gold medalist Kara Lawson has been named the assistant coach with the Boston Celtics. Now, to me, this is kind of an unprecedented thing, because what we're doing is we're kind of respecting the professionalism of WNBA athletes. You know what I'm saying? We're respecting their understanding of the game.
No doubt.
She follows Becky Hammon, who's the Spurs assistant coach, Lindsay Gottlieb, who's Cavs assistant coach, Chrissy Teigen, Wizards assistant coach, Jenny, I'm pronouncing that, no, Bukeg, Mavericks assistant coach, Lindsay Harding, 76ers coach, Natalie Nakase, Clippers. I know about her. I think she was the second. She's a Clippers coach, and Karen Stack Umlauf, Bulls associate coach. So, I'm sorry, Lindsay and Natalie are development coaches, by the way. And also, the Pelicans have hired Swin Cash as the vice president of basketball operations, former WNBA executive as well. So, I mean, I wanted to note that at the end of the show, because I think that's really dope of the NBA to continue to attempt to get people to understand that, like, the knowledge of a sport has nothing to do with your gender or your race or your social status. Or, these women understand the game better than any of us. So props to them, because they deserve to be there. And I hope to see a woman head coach sometime soon in the NBA. I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, no doubt. We also, by the way, as if I can speak 100% on behalf of the entire gender, we listen to women way more than we listen to men. I mean, have you met us?
For real. Yeah.
Also, big shout to Boston on naming her in the same week that you approved a straight pride parade.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
good job.
The
good
league
job,
is progressive.
Boston.
The cities, I can't really speak to that. Anyway, y'all, man, thank y'all for rocking with us. This is Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Trek Life and your fam, Kev Sakota.
What up?
Live via satellite. I'm broadcasting live from Hawaii. That is not a humble brag. That is an actual brag. Beyond humble.
Beyond.
I'm going to go ahead and get back to the beach. Kev, I will holler at you next week, man.
Indeed.
We will holler at y'all next week. Check us out, Spotify, iTunes, rapsucksradio.com. Check us out on Facebook, RSR Podcast. Man, I don't even know what to say other than peace. Peace.